Most people don't remember the exact moment they stopped choosing their life. Not because it was hidden, but because it never felt like a decision. It felt gradual, ordinary, almost responsible. Life didn't push them off track. It slowly redirected them. And the strange part is, they helped it happen. Not intentionally, not consciously, just quietly. Because drifting doesn't feel dangerous while it's happening. It feels comfortable, predictable, safe enough to ignore. It usually begins with small adjustments. You postpone one uncomfortable decision. You delay one difficult conversation. You ignore one nagging feeling telling you something isn't right. And nothing bad happens, so you postpone again. You tell yourself you're waiting for better timing, better clarity, better stability. You protect your routine because it keeps life manageable. It keeps stress predictable. It keeps expectations clear. You still wake up, still go to work, still answer messages, still meet responsibilities. From the outside, nothing looks wrong. But inside, something begins to flatten. Not pain, not failure, just a slow disappearance of urgency. You start negotiating with yourself in quiet ways. You say things like, "This is temporary. I'll figure it out later. This isn't forever." And sometimes you believe it, but later becomes another form of comfort. It removes pressure from today. It gives you permission to stay where you are. The problem isn't that people lie to others. It's that they soften the truth when speaking to themselves. Not to deceive, but to survive the discomfort of uncertainty. There is a pattern behind this. It isn't failure. It isn't weakness. It's passive decision-making. A life shaped by reactions instead of choices. Not choosing still creates outcomes. Silence still moves time forward. And when decisions aren't made intentionally, they're made automatically. By comfort, by fear, by routine. Stability feels responsible. It feels mature, controlled, safe. But stability without awareness can become invisible stagnation. You hold on to patterns that feel reliable even when they stop helping you grow. You maintain routines not because they are meaningful, but because they are familiar. And familiarity creates the illusion of control, even when nothing is actually improving. Time doesn't punish drifting immediately. It allows it. Days continue normally. Months continue predictably. And that's why drifting can last years, because the consequences arrive quietly. You notice energy fading, but not suddenly. You notice curiosity shrinking, but not dramatically. You notice ambition becoming quieter, but still present enough to ignore. And eventually, reflection begins to feel uncomfortable. Not because of what happened, but because of what never happened. Something subtle begins changing inside you. Not your personality, not your abilities, your expectations. You begin expecting less from yourself, not consciously, but gradually. Dreams become ideas. Ideas become thoughts. Thoughts become background noise. And life still moves forward, just without the version of you that once imagined something different. There was a moment I realized I hadn't made certain decisions. I had simply allowed them to form around me. No crisis forced it. No failure caused it. It was just time, moving while I stayed comfortable enough not to question it. And that realization didn't feel dramatic. It felt quiet, almost disappointing. Drifting rarely feels like losing control. It feels like maintaining it. That's what makes it difficult to recognize. Because life doesn't need your permission to continue. It continues anyway. The question isn't when drifting starts. The question is, how long it continues before someone notices they never actually chose the direction.